Hello everyone, how's it going? I'd like to introduce you to, oops, that's the wrong way. Sweet and Spooky. Sweet and Spooky was developed for the Game Maker Game Jam back in fall of last year. And it is a top-down roguelike where you go through a haunted mansion trying to find jewelry. The story for the game is that you have bought too much Halloween candy, and now you need to find a way to repay your debt. So there's an abandoned house and lots of jewelry. The only problem is it's haunted by ghosts and werewolves and spiders, many more monsters. So I would like to introduce the team that worked on it, starting with Katie Baker. She was one of our lead. She did the programming in the first 12 hours. She got us set up with our top-down view as well as a good jumping off point for the rest of the development throughout the weekend. Gabby was primary artist on the game. Destiny in the back did a lot of the art as well as some of the programming on the project. Ryan did programming. He set up a lot of the background systems that you won't see immediately going into the game. Ahmed did the music for the game, which is just spectacular, and as well as some of the programming. And I was involved with production and programming. I helped get people what they needed to. I worked on scheduling how we would go through development, and I developed the menus in the game. So the tools we used for this were Game Maker Studio and MuseScore. All of the programming was done in Game Maker Studio. The art was done with various art programs that the artists use. The music was done with MuseScore, which is a free program that allows you to write sheet music and have it performed by the computer. My favorite parts of development on this game, from my perspective as production, was probably the first few hours, which was dedicated to pre-production. Pre-production was a lot of fun because when the game jam starts, you're just given a single theme, and from there you have to figure out what you're going to make. We went through a large number of ideas before coming up with Sweet and Spooky. Some of my favorites were one where it was a game where you were trying to figure out your path in life, I believe it was, whether you were going to end up in heaven or hell. And another idea was one where you had only a short amount of time to find the perfect date for a Saturday night and gather everything you needed. But what we ended up with was Sweet and Spooky. So my favorite part of development is the part right before game development. As far as future plans for this game, there are some small bugs that need to be fixed, some collision issues, as well as we need to expand the store. The idea for the store was there were power-ups that would make it easier for you to go throughout the mansion and get more jewelry. However, due to the time constraints of a game jam, all we could implement was a way for you to regenerate health. The game can be found on itch.io as well as the club's webpage, and I would like to thank you all for listening to me. Next up, we are going to be doing awards, and thank you.